welcome. This is Healing Streams podcast where we'll talk about faith, healing, discovery, identity, hope, and love. My name is Victoria Aduragbemi Akimbode, and we have another guest. I'm so happy that she's here today. She's the founder of Beyond the Past Mental Health Foundation. Like, she's doing big things for God. We met in OAU. I remember that we did School of Ministry together then, and it's been awesome. It's been wonderful knowing her. Please welcome with me Fakayejo Demitokpe. You're welcome. You're
Thank,
welcome, ma'am. So
thank
just
you.
tell
Thank
us a
you.
little about yourself.
Okay, I am Mrs. Temitope Shionfakaijo, and I'm a legal practitioner. I'm a human developmental coach, and okay, I've said I'm a legal practitioner. I deal mostly with divorce cases and anything related to labor law. And apart from being an human development coach, I am the founder of Beyond the Past Mental Health Foundation. And okay, Beyond the Past Mental Health Foundation is a foundation that deals with mental health advocacy. We are so passionate about anything concerning mental health. And apart from that, I am a leader. I attend this star Christian Center. I think that's enough about myself for now. Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Today we'll be talking about another topic on mental health. And this particular one is something that in Nigeria we are still finding it very difficult to accept mental health. We feel that if somebody says that, oh, they have a mental health disorder, they feel that, oh, the person is mad, person is running mad or something like that, which is a very wrong mindset, is a very wrong ideology. And we are changing that now. We are talking about stigmatization of mental health disorder. There's this stigma that is being given. They feel that, oh, you're mad, they'll tie rope and all of those things. But that is not what that is not what mental health disorder is about. And we are here to enlighten you. We are here to educate ourselves, and it's just to help us know things better and know things more. So from your perspective, ma'am, what can you say about the stigma that is being put on mental concerning mental health disorder?
Okay, thank you. First of all, I want to thank Healing Streams for the privilege to talk about mental health. Apart from law, that's another thing that I love talking about. And it's really a privilege. I appreciate all Healing Streams podcast team and the founder. Thank you very much. So let's get into the stigma on mental health. I told someone last week, I said, if I have not experienced one of these mental health disorders, I will be part of those people that believe that mental health disorders does not exist. Or I might be part of those people that believe that people that just say they are depressed or they have anxiety, maybe they are faking it or they just don't know what to say. The stigmatization on mental health disorders, especially in this our society, Nigeria, is something that all mental health advocacy foundation we are trying to make sure to reduce, because we know that the stigma we cannot erase everything. We cannot erase. It's just that we are working to reduce it. That's the first step that all mental health advocacy foundations we are trying that's the focus, to reduce, because it's really much, or let me say is the level of stigmatization in this our environment is bigger than any other places. Now, stigmatization in on mental health disorders like goes from let me even say our religious places, that's mosque, churches, but I'm going to focus on churches. Even we have made depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders, we have made them feel like they are afflictions from the devil. We have made it seem as if, okay, people that are depressed, that have anxiety, that have suicidal thoughts, they are being tormented by the devil, and they are not as spiritual. Like, they are not spiritual, they don't know Christ, they are not praying enough. We have made it seem like that. And most times it shouldn't be. Because as much as when a church member or any of our church members have headache, experiences headache, so we should not, because a person has depression, now say, okay, as much as we cannot stigmatize headache, we cannot stigmatize someone that has malaria. That means that we should not stigmatize anybody that has depression or see them as people that are not strong enough. Now, even pastors can come. Like last week, I suffered from malaria. But how many pastors can come on the pulpit and say, last week I had suicidal thoughts? They are very few. And that is where stigmatization comes in, where people are very scared of telling people that they are suffering or they are going through mental health disorders. There was this illustration that I use most times, and that is, let's say maybe you are invited to a party. You're supposed to give a speech at a party, and at that point you could not go because you were feeling suicidal, like you were feeling like ending it all. Now, how do you reach out to the person that invited you? Are you going to tell the person that, hey, I am so sorry, I could not come to your party, I could not give the speech because I'm having suicidal thoughts? Or, oh, I'm very sorry, I just developed headache. No, I'm not just feeling fine, I have malaria. Now, let me ask you, which one are you going to go for? Most times, people will go for malaria or headache. Why? So that if I tell you I am sorry, I could not come to your party because I'm being suicidal, everybody in that party will know. And then they will start seeing you as, don't move near this person, or this person can kill, this person will end it in a while, or this person can even kill you, this person is mad. But it is so easier to say, oh, I have headache, because nobody stigmatizes anybody with headache, because we see it as something that is common. And that is how we need to start seeing mental health disorders. We need to start seeing mental health disorders as something that is very common, that is part of life. As long as you have a brain and you have a mind, which everybody has, it is normal to experience any of these mental health disorders. Now, the problem of this country is that, poverty mindset and mental health disorders, they don't go well. They feel like, as if I am depressed, just like, I'm not depressed, just give me like 200k, I will be fine. Most times it is not like that. There are people that have even more than the 200k they are depressed. But because of the level of poverty, because we feel like money can solve everything, we feel like just give me money. Even people that, even if you tell your friend that, babe, like I'm really, I'm feeling depressed today, they say, oh, have you eaten? Because you just feel like, oh, when you are depressed, that means you've not eaten or you don't have money. And it goes deeper than that. So so that we not spend more time on the first question, the level of stigmatization in this environment is more rooted, like is rooted in this our environment. Like we have like it goes deeper. It will take us time to actually reduce, not even erase at this point, to reduce stigmatization into our environment. So stigmatization goes into families, churches, even in our place of work, like every areas, there's stigmatization. Like there's stigmatization rather that against mental health disorders, people experiencing mental health disorders. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we've been so used to add life,
Mm-hmm.
or we've been so used to people going through things and not speaking about it. So much so that when somebody comes out to say that I find it difficult to go through the same thing this other person has gone through, I feel choked, I feel overwhelmed. Is
Mm-hmm.
they're like, why? I went through it, my mother went through it, and nothing happened. What's going on? And all of those things, they can be very overwhelming. I was speaking with my cousin some few weeks ago, and I said that, especially this postpartum depression, it's getting rampant. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
is something that you will see women get overwhelmed. They don't have any help, and to make it even worse, they don't even have husband that is very helpful. That's even
Mm-hmm.
worse. And they have to like carry the burden, the weight of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You see them, and they're like, my mom handled 6 children. My mom
Mm-hmm.
handled, and nothing happened to her. She might not have spoken. It's because at that moment we had made silence
Yes.
a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
We made silence not. Why would you even come out and say that, I felt depressed after giving birth to you? Are you saying that that child is an evil child?
Mm-hmm.
All of those things, and we just come up and say a lot of those things. And it just reminds me of when one of my students committed suicide, and I remember somebody coming to say that, that, what was she even say? She said she noticed that there's something unusual about the boy, and somebody said, Ronnie is a lie,
Mm-hmm.
is a bad child, and I said, I think we need to look into it. What is going on at home? What
Mm-hmm.
is happening at home? Why a child cannot suddenly decide, say, yes, today I will do evil.
Just
I will just become a nuisance to the whole. No, a child cannot do that. And
mm-hmm.
it's so painful that it was after his death that we started to hear certain things that was going on in the family. And he had a rough childhood. He had a very rough childhood.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we had come out to talk, or if those people that knew had come out to, it's because, I don't know, we just have this archaic mindset, that
That
kind of
is it.
mindset. And when somebody comes out to talk about some of these things, they'll say, what kind of, and I know that right now some people keep bashing Pastor Apostle Femi and Lazarus. He's so
Yes.
keen on
Mm-hmm.
mental health.
Mental
I love
health.
to listen to him, and I'm like, this is so good, this is profound, that somebody is coming out to normalize these things. Somebody is coming out to say these things unashamed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to normalize it. We need to, I'm not saying that having depression is good. It's not good. But there's a way we can welcome these things. So it's
That is
better
it.
for these people to speak up, and we can attack it as soon as possible, so that we won't say if I had known, what if I had, what if
Mm-hmm.
we don't want all of those things. And that is why it is better for people to speak up. Because even me as a person, I've had instances where I will feel in a particular way, but because I know, oh, what if people say this, what if when I talk they say your own
Mm-hmm.
is too much, and all of those. I've had instances where when I was in secondary school, I had asthma. And you know, asthma, any small thing gives,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere we scatter.
Mm-hmm.
And I started hearing different things. She's a sickler. She's
What
the no,
is it?
she Yes, she's the number two position of those people that visit school clinic. And I'm like, did I get myself? Yeah, you know, it got to a stage where I started saying that if God just wants me to die, I should just die for something like that. And a lot of things started coming to my head, that I'm even tired of everything and all of those things.
Low
But
self-esteem with
yes, low
setting.
self-esteem, and it just made me feel that why that is it that I put myself in. I started blaming myself, that why are you always sick, why are you always troubling. And you know, it happened like some months after my mom died, so it was like back to back things. And I'm like, people have to be very careful of how you, it's not only mental, even sickness. And there's
Yes,
this stigma on sickness, which will now end up leading to mental health disorder, because you are just compounding the person's problem. I said that we need to be very careful of what we say to people,
that is it.
because you don't know what is in the mind of the person at that time.
You don't
You
know. You
don't know
don't
what
even know what the person is going through.
is, yes, and what you say might either trigger the person to do something that you end up regretting what you said, or will change the person's mind and say, okay, I need to live for myself, I need help, I need to get
Mhm.
help. But if you as a person, if you are a friend, a family member, you're already saying ah negative things, you're already saying things that shouldn't be said to the
Mhm.
person, then i think I think the mindset change should be the first thing. Please, let's change our mindset. Let's
Mhm.
open our ends to accepting that these things are happening. We have people that are suffering from depression, people that have suicidal thoughts, people who have bipolar disorder. Yes, we have it. We
Of
have it.
course.
I It's making me so happy that even in Nigerian movies now, they are talking about these things. They
Mhm.
are educating people on these things, that yes, these things truly happen. These are the ways you can support these persons. And people will people have panic attack, people will suffer from trauma, because the way we all handle things, they are different. You might dust things off and say that I'm a big girl, I can handle it, I can. But somebody else will not dust it off. The person can even, like, at the first sight of a problem like this, they
Our
are
level of
gone.
tolerance is different. That is
Is
it.
very different. It is
Mhm.
very, very different. So my next question, and I think this is the last question, is that yes, we said that there is so much stigma. Then um how can we normalize accepting mental health disorder, or accepting people with mental health disorder?
Okay, thank you very much. One of the ways that I used to tell people, and that is what my foundation is doing, is education. The level of illiteracy concerning mental health disorders um, causes, like, is one of the cause or causes of mental health stigmatization, because most people, they don't know about all these things. I was telling my team about going into villages, going into slums to talk about mental health. And that is because most of these people staying in all these places, they don't even have phones. They don't even have like internet. Most of them, they don't even know what is going on. So the level of education, the level of literacy, like the way we know about all these things, like educating people about, okay, there's something called depression, and this is depression. Once you see this, it might be a sign of depression. Most people don't even know. And then education is also a tool to make sure that people that they are into stigmatization or stigmatizing people with mental health too, with mental health disorders, can also get educated that this thing is not affliction. There's nothing wrong with anyone that says, okay, that has bipolar. Instead of you stigmatizing the person, you can even lend a hand to help this person. We need to start educating people. Even so many people don't even know that there is an act that once you stigmatize is an offense in Nigeria.
They don't know.
Most people don't know. Even in a place of work, even people dealing with all these mental health disorders, they don't know that they can sue in a court of law if they are being stigmatized. So education is the first solution to stigmatization. Mental health education. We telling people that, okay, this is what this thing is. It is part of life. Since you have your mind, you have a brain. As far as you will not say, okay, someone that has headache is mad. So why should you say such to someone that has bipolar? And many people don't even know that there are medications for all this. Just like as you take paracetamol for headache, there are drugs, there are medications for all these mental health disorders. I apart from being like as a mental health advocate, anytime I go to, because I visit there, and there was a time that I also trained in a mental health department. Anytime people see me entering that place, people that don't know that I'm there for IT to train, and they will start looking at me. There was a time that the gate man said, let me say it in Yoruba because the person said it in Yoruba. Say, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ o, Ọlọ́run á mú yín lára dá o. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́. You know, so, you know, that is the person saying, sorry, yeah, God will heal you. The person, like anyone that enters in mental health, that means,
Something is going on with the person's
like
head.
something is wrong with this person. And then I am so sure that this person, anytime this person sees me around, you say, this auntie, nobody should move near her. She's mad. Something is wrong with her. I was like, just imagine people that are really dealing with these mental health disorders, and then they just go to a clinic, and then at the gate they are already telling them such, seeing them as a mad person. No, educating that gate man that, see, anybody that you see entering this place, they are here to help. Like it should even be like, you should even give the person a standing ovation, because it's not easy to seek help. It's not easy to decide that, oh, in this our environment, that let me seek help. I need help. So instead of stigmatization, like education, educating this person that, oh, you are not supposed to say this. With time, I started getting closer to the security man to tell them that, I am not, I'm here to train, but even if I have, you are not supposed to say that to me, because it will deprive people of coming to that clinic to say, oh, I have this, since from the gates you are already seeing them
People will
as
turn
bad
back
person.
from the gate.
Thank you. So educating that person, like, and before I left that place, I started seeing changes in the gate man, the way he relates with even patients. Like, oh, he started being friendly, talking to them. Sorry, Eli Okinṣe tuntun. Don't worry, we are going to get through it. So those are the words that can even motivate people, even from the gate, to seek help. So education is key. Mental health literacy is key. Another thing apart from education is, I think, it still borders on education, and it's also foundations or people into mental health to go into different corners to start lecturing people about mental health. We like enough of social media, because it's not everyone that is on social, it's not everyone that is on Instagram. Even in our workplace, we should start making changes. You as the CEO, do you have a mental health policy?
I
You
don't think
as
people know that though, that there should be a mental health policy at workplace. I don't think people know that.
That is it. So it still borders on education. As much as we take, I used to tell people that, like, I want like the foundation beyond the past, mental health foundation, to be like, as much as you take the gospel to people on the streets, that is how mental health literacy, like educating people in our community should be. Like, when you see people on the street that you can just preach to, we should be able to talk to the person about mental health too. Let's take the if you have the knowledge about mental health, take it to people, take it to your family members. You should not be shy about that. Like, enough of counting deaths by suicide. Like, enough of having that record. It's just like, I at some point I just stopped, like, listening to all this bad news about, like, news about suicide, because it pains me that, is it that, like, are we not doing enough? And I see, and one thing is just that we are not doing enough. That's the truth. Because even in schools, we go to schools, my foundation goes to secondary schools. I have had encounters with students. When we say students should wait, okay, if you want counseling, most times we have up to 50 students waiting. I'm like, like,
What's going
Jesus,
on?
what's going
There's
on?
a lot happening.
That's just one secondary school. Imagine different secondary schools in Nigeria. And you know that, like, most of these people, when they tell us that, okay, when they tell us what is going on, most of them is from the family, from their families. Parents don't even know anything about mental health. You see your child maybe depressed, like, just keeping the child that is very active, keeping to his or herself, or, like, you just see that this child is not. But even parents, they are occupied with so many things. Even parents are dealing with mental health disorders they don't know. To the extent that there was this one that says, my mom loves my sister more than me. I was like, okay. There was even one that was being harassed by a teacher, and she's keeping it to herself. It's just
A
is
teacher
we
that is supposed to help.
that is supposed to help again.
This is sad.
Even teachers don't even know what mental health is.
They don't believe that there's anything mental health. They
Teachers
don't.
don't even believe it. So that is where we are supposed to take education, like mental health education too. We are supposed to, like mental health education is so important if we want to reduce this stigmatization. Talking about the laws. All these parents cannot talk to them about us. But I am so sure CEOs. They fear being sued to court. So we need to start educating them about there is a mental health act already, that once, like, if one of your, like, you must not stigmatize your employee based on their mental health disorders. You cannot even say, okay, retrench, or you want to even sack them based on their mental health disorders. You must not. If the person sues you, the person has a case in court. But we don't know all this. So mental health education is just what I feel and I think, I believe it, that can reduce mental health stigmatization. Once everyone is educated, just like we are educated about malaria, you know that if your baby's body is hot, if the person is hot or the person is not eating, losing appetite, you know that that can be malaria, and you rush to the hospital. So the solution to mental health stigmatization, in summary, is education. Thank you.
That's a lot. That is so much in one thing. Education is very important. As we take education in schools as something very important, we also should take education of about mental health very important, because either we like it or not, we will surely have these people amongst us, and the earlier we learn to accept mental health, the better for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are dealing with a lot of things. We are dealing with so much. I remember one of my students, I noticed that somebody that was one of the first three in class, and it's not that his results were bad, but he was not performing well as expected. Like, he was one of the best. In fact, he was the second best and was very good. And I noticed that the second term, and he started getting very harsh
Mm-hmm.
towards his friends. And his friends came to me that, what is going on with this boy? I said, I noticed too that I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why he's doing that. And he was always fighting, always like causing lots of trouble. And I called him and I said, what is going on with you? In your academics, there's something wrong. You as a person, this is not you. And is this kind of boy that he loves to laugh, he loves to do a lot of things. And he said that he lost his elder sibling,
Mm-hmm.
and that if his feelings depressed, and that he felt that the only way he could not make it show was he acting up and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell him that it is not your fault. It is not because of anything. That is just one of those things. And I just had to like explain some things. And I gave him some Bible passages. Okay, these are the Bible. I wrote them down for him. But yeah, every morning when you wake up, confess
Mm-hmm.
these scriptures to yourself. Always say it, always say it. And when he got back, like, he became this, well, I always call him laughter. For somebody that used to, like, any small thing, he will laugh, scatter ground. And he came back to himself and yes, that is better now. And I'm like, if it is somebody else, say he's a
Just
very
imagine.
naughty child.
Just
He's a
imagine if
very naughty
don't
child.
have that you don't, like, you are not knowledgeable about what is meant.
Yes. And if someone else, other people are saying this boy is naughty, I said, no, this is not this. No, it's a very, yes, he would do those childish stuffs,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact is that this is not, it was affecting his academics. For somebody that used to get 29 over 30, 2020 was getting like 15, 14. You will know that there's a problem. And he was able to really like jack up. He was able to work on himself within the short time that he had to cover up his lapses. And the next time he came back stronger and better, and I'm like, yes, this is it. And we have so many of them like that. You will hear some of them saying that they don't feel accepted at home. And when they try to talk to their parents are always looking for one excuse or the other, or they use maybe their past
Mistakes.
attitudes, yeah, their past mistakes, say that is how you do, and all of those things. Parents, I think we need to do better. And like you said earlier, that some people feel that money answers all things.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel that I work hard for you to have a better life. Why would you tell me this and all of those things? And some of them will keep on telling you that I don't need your money. I don't want your money. Keep your money to yourself. What I need is attention. They feel that why would, and that is why we keep having children that, or people that have ADHD, because they need the attention, but when they are not getting it, they will do anything to get that attention. They will do anything to get that attention. But we need to normalize um accepting people with mental health disorder. They are not mad people. They are not normal people. They live a normal life. They look normal. But right, it's just there's a lot of things. Their emotions are everywhere. Like people that have
It's just like
bipolar now.
wound. Actually, it's just like when you have a wound on your, maybe on your leg,
Yes.
like a wound in the mind, or a wound in your, like in the mind. That is just like you just got injured. You only
Yeah.
need time for it to get
To
healed.
heal. Yes.
So most times, what we do in this our society is, instead of trying to heal the wound, we try to make sure that it is now big. The wound is now very big. That small wound, that small size wound, is now
It
getting bigger
becomes bigger.
because
Yes.
we keep injuring it more and more. That's what we do. It is our society. Either, like, instead of trying to heal those wounds, recognizing that, okay, this person has a wound in his or her mind, and trying to heal, to help the person heal. Okay, let's put some spirit, let's put iodine, let's put plaster. And those plasters, or is okay, maybe seeking help, trying to tell the person sweet words, trying to say, okay, everything will be well, calm down, I'm here for you. But instead we start saying, it's because you were pressing phone. If you are not pressing phone, you will not be feeling like this, like our mothers. if you are not
Yeah.
do- if you are not doing this, you will not feel this way. It's because you don't pray. It's because you don't do this. Is We keep injuring. We keep putting more salt on the wound.
On the one.
So that.
Yes, there's a need for prayer too. Yes, we know that. But can we create a warm environment for people? Can we, where they can actually talk? And that's one thing I did while I was at my place of work. I created an atmosphere where everybody can come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can. Yes, I am strict, but I still create that environment where, if no matter, sometimes I'm like, I'm strict, but why are you coming to me? But
Mm-hmm.
it's because I have created that environment where you can talk about anything with me, and I'll not make you feel that.
Judged.
Yes,
Or
I won't make you feel judged. I'll just be laughing that, okay, no problem. I remember talking to a student. I'm like, this is not you. Why are you always looking sad? You look dull.
mm,
You look like the whole world is about to crumble. She said there's no. I said it's a lie. So I kept on, when she saw that, I kept on disturbing her. I kept
mhm,
on like, what is wrong with it? And we don't talk. She doesn't. We don't talk. We don't do anything. Like, she's not my. I don't teach her class. I don't do anything.
mhm.
And later she had to, like, she was like, okay, I'll come back and see you later. And one day she just came and opened up and said some things. And I said, okay, no problem. So if I had said, what is there? It's not
Mhm.
normal. It's not, I'll
Are
just
you
love
the
her my
only
life.
one in this school?
Are you the only one in this school? No, no, no. So we have to ensure that we normalize accepting them, and we shouldn't just look. We have this Nigerian people's eyes. That side eye, that
Mhm.
eyes alone is. Some people don't even need to talk, but that look, that and we just need to stop it. We need to avoid all of those things. Thank you so much, Temiti. We call her Temiti for honoring this invitation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Till we see you next time. Bye.